Hey everyone, Josh here from Quiet Houses. In this video, Chris and I are going to be taking a deep dive into our track White Flag from our EP Origins, out everywhere. In this video, you're going to see a lot of the creative process, the instrumentation, the arrangement, and just a behind the curtain look at the process of producing and making the song. So we hope you enjoy. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the video. Thank you. This is a personal favorite of mine.
Mine as well.
Just there's so many cool textures in here that we got to play around with in the recording process and threw in and things like that. So it was a lot of fun to record this
Yeah.
one. And I think the majority of it we actually got to record together before
That's true.
before pandemic. So
I'll start from the top.
All right.
I see another for anyone who watched the Crestfallen one, I see another reverse piano. And
yeah, there's a lot of, when you're trying to mix an album as a whole, you want to get some cohesion between the songs, and sometimes little transition elements, and they're not like this. It's not like I copy and pasted the same exact thing.
Yeah.
It's like I just used the same technique across a couple of the songs. I mean, from reverse piano for me is a personal favorite. I mean,
I like it too.
You hear it on like Roundabout by Yes, and you're just like sucked in. So we got more of that going on.
Let's actually stop there because I see two things entitled Josh Acoustic, and I didn't know there was more acoustic on here, and I'm excited to hear what it is.
Yeah. Honestly, it's just some doubling of what you were doing. Like I kind of, when we originally, I was mixing this, I was thinking, I want a bit more acoustic texture in here. So just kind of, let's play both acoustics. Because I have everything routed of yours to a bus, so all the processing happens there. But so right now it's just you, and I think so yours takes the lead. And this is just little, you probably can't even hear it in the record, but like sometimes even if you can't hear it, you just know it's there. But just a little extra back in the
sounds like a highest ground.
Yeah. But here,
just with that,
just little harmonics and just little stuff.
Yeah, I feel like I noticed that more later on.
Yes.
Interestingly.
Yeah, there's a lot of little guitar things that I kind of threw in. Again, like all about this song for me was so texturally based because it's such a jam in that it's just F minor, just stay on that all day.
Exactly. It's
naturals in
a whole song in F.
Yeah.
Just like 5-minute F minor vamp,
which is great basically as a bass player because you have one job.
Yeah.
Don't hit any other notes besides that. But there's some fun stuff that happens.
Yeah, this is fun too because I usually try and go so much in the opposite direction of that in terms of harmony.
Yeah,
and I'm usually trying to like find all the best voice leading and the most unique way to structure something like this. But it's nice to just have
it's a challenge to write around just one tonality, one thing. Like it's my instinct too is like, okay, what's the next chord, what's the next thing, what's the next, how do we get from here to there? It's like, well, what if we just sit for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah,
And make a song, make a moment into a song. So,
exactly.
but
I like that.
yeah, let's keep going.
Let's do it.
I'm super proud of the background vocals and just how they came out in general.
Yeah, yeah. Everything sounds so.
Like just so tight. But like it's all just reverb and like everything is kind of scooped out, and there is a little bit of like pitch stuff on there,
Yeah,
but it's
like
only stuff. It's
formant
only a little
adjustment and
bit.
stuff like
Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
or something else.
Well, it's a little bit of tuning and some formant stuff, but it's just to get that kind of sound. And like I have
Yeah,
the vocals running pre-fader to the room verb, so you totally get that that kind of space feel to it. Like the
yeah,
vocals are in a room, even though I think, at least for mine, they're in a very different room than what yours were.
yeah. Mine was in just like an apartment bedroom.
Yeah, mine were in a basement, so like
Yeah,
but to put them in a unified space. But they have a lot of character, so really pleased with how they came out.
yeah, yeah. No, they sound awesome.
Wash away the grays. I hear you say that love comes.
Matt's riff has Pan-Man on it.
Oh, nice.
For sure.
That's definitely a thing. I'm trying to do like rough mixes of the Writing the Skies record, and I find myself using that, like
It does the work for
using it,
you.
abusing it.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to
throw
decide
it
where to
on
tame
there.
this.
It's gonna sound great. And I also got a
Yeah, yeah.
little bit of tape saturation too.
Oh, nice.
I think
On the guitar.
yeah, we talked a
Cool.
little bit about
Yeah.
you know the kind of 90s sound that Crestfallen has, and I think that this whole EP kind of has that vibe a little bit, and that's where you know I like to put tape saturation on the guitars, because that was a sound like for then as well. So yeah, doesn't hurt, just makes it sound nice and crispy.
Yeah.
But I also noticed this was a fun day.
Yes.
You want to talk about your secret ability as an accordion?
Secret fumbling. Yeah. I don't know like how we fished it out. I think we were just like playing over the section, you mean Brandon, and I was like, I want to hear mellotrons on it. I want to hear this on it. And then I said, I want to hear an accordion. And Josh, said, well, I think I have an accordion like in the other room. You want me to get it? It's like, yeah.
Yep.
So I quickly learned how to do some like really basic pentatonic line.
Well, it's fun to just mess around, you know.
Yeah.
Here, let's. I mean, that's not half bad for never picking it up.
Yeah. I'm honestly like pretty proud of my timing there. I thought it would be much worse.
Yeah, no, you're very consistent. And then with the mellotrons together, it kind of
Yeah.
has its own palette. So I put the accordion kind of panned a little to the right, just to give all the other stuff more space to breathe in the middle. Then the mellotrons are on the left, so you get kind of these complementary sounds on both sides. Just F all day. Kind of warbly, like.
What was that?
There, you know,
Was it?
there are some flubs, and I think that's kind of the funny thing about this.
Yeah.
Is like you just capture a performance, right? And right here we got.
Is it like the air in the accordion or something? Like,
yeah,
because
like
I remember
something
trying to
is-
play it, and it's like,
Yeah, just trying to shift with all the keys and whatnot.
Yeah,
It
nice.
blends
I
rather
like.
well.
Yeah, it's a good flub.
Yeah. And it's subtle. Like we're not like this isn't like a accordion feature, like, Quiet Houses with accordion solo. Like
Yeah,
it's just again texture. But
we'll save that for all the folk metal songs on the
there we go.
next release. Is that other accordion and the other mellotron? Are those just like set in different ways?
So it's
or-
basically, I think when we recorded all this, like I have just the pedal tone looped here, and then
gotcha.
this. So here we're in the second verse now. So with here, the trick with this is like everything is about arrangements, since it is just kind of the same. I don't want to say the same thing over and over, but I mean just sitting in F.
Kind of, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
How do you change it up? So with this one, it was with the vocals and continuing the mellotron and accordion texture.
Comes the long lost verse of hymnal that I once received out in the hallowed halls, the faithful of 1,000 other gods.
I'm gonna point out something. So talking about like as a bass player, what do you do when it's just F? So instead of
Oh yeah, I do love your parts here.
in this section, yeah, it's like instead of just doing the single note, I'm actually doing some pretty cool bass chords in the upper register, just to again blend more with some of the other textures going on and saving the low end for the choruses. So it totally opens up that sonic
Yeah.
space a little bit.
It's
Waving true.
Yeah.
I remember when we played at the Bebop in Cambridge, and my friend Forrest Loomis Dulong, who's a phenomenal bass player. I think he lives in Colorado now, but like
Oh yeah, I remember meeting him.
great bass player. We went to college together, and great guy. But I remember after we had played, he came up to me and was like, "Josh is like really good. He reminds me like a lot of Pino Palladino," and I think I can kind of
Wow.
hear it in
Wow.
that it's like a very tastefully done.
That
Like,
I'm very humbled.
yeah. Now we just need to get some like D'Angelo grooves in here so you can really go to town on
Oh my gosh. Don't
Really
set me
channel
up
it.
too high,
that.
Um, yeah. So,
Yeah, and then 2 guitar solos. So why not?
yeah. This is one of those things where Matt had some solos that he recorded originally, and then you threw some in later down the line. And I think listening to both, I was like, you know what? They kind of complement each other. So I don't know. There's no rule saying that you can't have 2. So I
True,
guess
and there's that kind of like kind of pairs together with like the last line, or like kind of like throughout all the choruses, there's like that idea of like this sort of argument
yeah.
over the same thing.
Yeah. Here, why don't
So-
we
In hindsight,
Red flag.
kind of complementary to that idea.
word painting and didn't even know it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's just play this part here, and I'll flip back and forth between the solos.
Flag waving true.
tritone.
Yeah, when you just hit what was it? It's like a B natural there, like totally off the
Yeah.
rails. You know, it you kind of want to lean a little. It's like your body
Yeah,
just
yeah.
wants to do that.
And that's kind of, I feel like with notes like that, I've been trying to improve on my improvisation since I don't really come from that background, but just I think kind of leaning into that idea of you hit the wrong note, like mean it when you hit the wrong note.
Yeah,
And then
there are no wrong notes.
exactly.
It's just the wrong time.
Yeah.
But you hit it at the right time. Like
Thanks.
it's cool. There's such a cool, like, you and Matt both arrive at the same.
Yeah, resolving on like that power chord.
Yeah.
That is cool.
And like just coming off of the vocals here. Actually, I do want to spend a second on these because
Oh yeah. Because there's the cool
texture,
little rhythmic, and then the rhythmic displacement that's kind of in there.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like the da da da.
Yeah. They always start together.
Yeah.
And then it alternates between like the kind of like don't know whether is it like a Three Stooges thing, the hello.
Yeah, something like that going on, and
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. And
there's it looks like you kind of did the same thing I had done in the demo, or like not the demo, but as I was like recording these tracks, I'd kind of like panned them in different directions. So
yeah,
it's like,
you want to kind of open things up with the different harmonies. So like a panning's a good way to do that. And if you want something to really stick out, you put it in the middle. Like if it's like a really strong note, like your lead is in the middle, and I think I have something doubled that may be like an octave of the lead or something like that, where it is up the middle.
yeah.
But
That's so cool.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Comes in the glacial lakes and the coastal cliffs that dot the land that we stole from them with greedy hands, and still in all the ravaged beauty the wind keeps screaming love comes with the white flag waving truce.
I always think of
Yeah.
The Boxer
Yeah.
when I hear that.
Yeah.
Which fun fact about that, I guess they just recorded it in a freight elevator.
Really?
Yeah, they just recorded a snare in a freight elevator, and I think
That's
Roy
awesome.
Halley, their producer, was like, I think he was just like going to get something and then heard it and like thought someone shot a gun.
I mean, it's an impressive sound. Like,
Yeah.
that's awesome. So this last chorus, just, throw everything in there, kind of a thing. We got your solo, Matt's solo, and then I got like some, what I'm calling
Is this where?
guitar effects.
Yeah. And then that's basically the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because like thinking back to like writing this, all of this, I was like pretty new to this style of songwriting. So like it just started as a jam on that first riff,
Yeah.
and then that's kind of all it became. And then it was like, there needs to be some change. So then I just threw a B flat in there.
Go
And
with
it's
the
funny
flow.
because like this is probably one of my favorite tracks on the EP.
Same.
But like I'm thinking about if I was writing it now, I'm sure I would like overthink the shit out of it.
Like, no, Chris, you can't just go F B flat the whole time.
Yeah.
You can.
It's like no, if there's not a borrowed chord,
Well, that's what the solos are for, is when you mess those up.
exactly.
But something we wanted to do, kind of, again, bring cohesion to the rest of the EP, is White Flag and Prodigal are both in F to some degree. I mean, they share
F.
that.
Yeah. This is an F minor, F Dorian, and then the other's in pretty straight ahead F major.
Yeah. So we wanted to maybe connect these two, and we did a little bit of transition material, and
Josh did a little bit of transition material.
Well,
credit where credit is due.
Okay.
Maybe based on like suggestions that I think mostly Brandon made.
Yeah. It was I mean, there was, granted, I pieced it all together, but I did take from our pre-recorded stuff of like some of your vocal is in the transition material that we'll point out and you'll hear. But give me 1 sec, and let me pull up the session for that, because it's got some unique stuff going on. All right, we got the session pulled up for the transition. So why don't we dive in and see what kind of crazy synths and effects that were brought into this thing. So the end of White Flag kind of dovetails with what you see here, and that just kind of makes up that transition to Prodigal. So here.
Another drink to cloud.
Then we're in.
Yep. We did it.
Yeah, not too much. I mean, it sounds like there's a lot, maybe, but it's really just a combination of a lot of reversed guitars on top of some just synth pads, literally just holding chords down. Like, this is just, yeah, we got C, F, and then B flat. So we got this kind of stacked fourths thing. So it's very nebulous. It's not like you're in any set key yet. And then we got these cool little delayed percussion. Some just kind of like go in and out. And then Chris, your vocals are in here. It's just,
I saw Valhalla and I was very excited.
Yeah, so this has I believe, so you can see kind of how I bounced everything out, but it has the Valhalla reverb on it, which is just an awesome little plugin. Here, I'll pull it up.
I think I've seen the UI for this, and it looks absolutely ridiculous and fun.
Yeah, they're just like.
Oh no, maybe this isn't what I was thinking of. I was thinking.
Okay.
I think I was thinking of a virtual choir.
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah.
like, I forget. It might just be called like Olympus Choir or something,
yes.
but it's got
the Olympus Choir is pretty intense. You can make like syllables and stuff in, but not used at least on this record. Valhalla Supermassive. This is just again a supermassive reverb, and it sounds gorgeous. And I believe these were free at some point, but great plugins. Check out Valhalla. Fun little company there. And then we got these like kind of water sounds. and that's just from this Labs instrument, actually. It's the Tundra Atmos. So they sampled a bunch of like atmospheric stuff, like wind and more wind. There's some birds in there you can hear at some point, but like I picked the water ones. I don't know, maybe because we have current and thinking that way. But yeah, this little tiny section is just a bunch of synths, cluster chords, and then these delay guitars down here. So one of the riffs I do in Prodigal on the bass is this like dum dum dum, and I wanted to get that on guitar, but I also wanted to have it be reversed, so I had to learn it the other way.
Nice.
which was fun. Which I think it's in this one. No, not that one. Might be here. Yeah, da-da-da-dum. But all that kind of builds into the next track.
So this is fun. Thanks for listening. And if you want to hear these songs, just find them on Spotify or wherever you stream music. Quiet Houses Origins. Thanks.